Is it spent for a special van to transport someone who needs a special van, maybe that has a wheelchair? Was it spent to prepay a funeral? Those are allowable expenses, okay, that you can do with the money, even in an emergency situation. There are other ones as well. And an elder law attorney, where I would come in, is saying, okay, under the rules, how can we preserve assets as best possible to care for the senior, especially if it's a married couple and one of the healthy spouses has a lot of good years to live. Or you don't want to lose the home or the farm that's been in the family for 100 years because a Medicaid lien would be attached to it. Those are just the tip of the iceberg, really scratching the surface there on issues that seniors deal with and why they need that education.
Yes, and education in itself. I would rather take advantage of your having learned all this than try to learn all this myself.
I just ran over. That was they took a little bit to answer that. It's a complicated issue. Milton, could you give the phone number for the radio station?
Absolutely. We got 3 phone numbers for our audience out there, wherever you may be. The Cleveland County Shelby area, 482-1390. Lincoln County, Lincoln area, 735-8071. Cherryville and Gaston County, 435-2844. Those are all 704 numbers, and you can call any number you want to, no matter where you are. Those numbers are the same numbers we use for other things like contests and swap shops, so you're pretty familiar with those numbers. But again, 482-1390, 435-2844, or 735-8071 if you're not familiar.
Hayden, you've got some fun facts about back to school for the Americans, for us Americans, right?
Right.
Give me a couple of fun facts.
Well, every parent has to buy back to school clothes. The kids just expect it. They need it.
Right.
$8.5 billion was spent in just 2012 on back to school clothes.
All of it made in China.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That
Taiwan,
wasn't a fact. I'm
Vietnam.
guessing. Yeah, somewhere.
And also, here's another one. In 2010, 56 million students were expected to enroll in grades K through 12.
That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of kids. We need to really value our school system, don't we? Yeah. And our kids. And hey, do pencils still have lead in them, Hayden? A number 2 pencil, a lead pencil? Do they have
lead pencil?
Yeah.
Would it not have lead in it? If it was a lead
We call it a lead pencil, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
I don't think it.
They're no
really
longer
lead.
made with lead. They're made with clay and graphites. So there's not a risk of lead poisoning. That would be bad. I still have a pencil lead stuck in my hand from like the 4th grade.
Yeah.
Where I either stabbed myself or someone else stabbed me in the hand. I don't know. But I remember doing that. The sharp pencils sticking myself, you know.
My mother, who passed away when she was 89, she would show me in her palm of her hand. You could still see the pencil lead from when she was in school. Stayed in there all those years.
I bet you a lot of seniors out there still have pencil lead stuck in their hand from when they were in school.
Yeah.
Call in and tell me if you've got pencil lead stuck in your hand from when you were in high school.
Oh, my goodness.
Do you know before the 1930s, Americans only went to 8 years of school?
Before the 1930s?
Until the 1930s.
Until the 1930s.
Yeah. They only went to 8 years of school.
I know in the 30s, graduation was the 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
At some,
Maybe shifted to the 11th grade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1937, you graduated the 11th grade.
So what do you call a fear of going to school? What's the clinical term?
I've got it.
You do know that? You got that one?
No, I've got the fear of going to school.
You've got the fear,
but I don't know what it's called. I didn't know there was one. Should have known there was
There's a
one.
name for
There's
everything,
forever. There's a fear of anything.
I'm looking at it, and I don't know if I can pronounce it or not. It's didascalenophobia. Didascalenophobia. That's the closest I can get.
Well, I've got a big case of it.
Didascalenophobia is a fear of going to school. You know, my wife, Stephanie, did all the prep for our kids going back to school. Not all of it, because I helped buy for the boys. But let's call Stephanie and ask her really quickly what she did for the kids going back to
Get her
school.
on there we go. Oh, if I can see the dial here, y'all. We are dialing. We are dialing. I hope I dialed the right number. Okay.
I'm going to see if she was listening or not.
She might be listening. Run from the phone.
Hello?
Hello, this is the principal at Thomas Jefferson Classical Academy calling. We have one of your children in the principal's office.
I don't think so.
She was listening.
You know who
Good
this is,
morning,
don't you?
Greg.
Morning. How are you doing? Thank you for
I'm doing well.
not running from the phone and picking it up because we're live on the radio. Okay.
Great.
So, what do you call a fear of going to school? What's the clinical term? What kind of phobia is it?
I have no idea.
She wasn't listening.
None
You weren't
whatsoever.
listening. You weren't. You got to tune in. Yeah, we talked about. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it's didascalenophobia. Didascalenophobia.
Wow.
2.4% of children worldwide have didascalenophobia. It could be didascalenophobia. I don't know. So anyway, I
Wow.
wonder. That's got to be a joke. It's did ask in there. So
Lean.
maybe didascalenophobia. I don't know, maybe. So anyway, all right. So Steph, we were talking about getting educated and getting prepared for school, and why it's important for seniors to be prepared for all the issues they face going into their senior years, and just so they know
Okay.
the lay of the land. Because knowledge is power, right? Wouldn't you say that?
Right.
We
I
wanna-
agree.
Is education important in our household?
Oh, wow. Yes. Very, very important.
Did you have to do anything to prepare for the kids to go to school this fall?
Yes, I did. I had to, obviously I had to buy supplies, and you helped with that, thank you. I had to buy uniforms. I had to attend orientation at the school for the 4 of our children who are in school. I had many, many forms to fill out. The children had assignments over the summer, and I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but it's a lot of preparation getting that many kids ready for school each year.
Did you go to Walmart?
Yes, I did.
That was organized chaos
did.
over there.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
it was a mess, but we did it.
hey, I thought I was dad of the year because I just went to Walmart for one night and took the boys and bought all the school supplies for the boys. But you did do more than I did. I was telling them that I take the kids to school in the morning, or at least the last 2
Yes,
days.
thank
The
you.
first
That's
2 days of the year
amazing.
I've made it. Every once in a while I can't do it every single day, but I like to. And you even had to meet me at the drop-off point at the bus this morning. It just takes that much logistical organization to get them off and going, I guess.
Yes,
To get everything there.
yes.
Right?
Lots and lots of planning to get everybody where they need to go with everything they need to be prepared.
And you helped me do that, and I really appreciate it. I
Thanks.
really do. So, all right, I just wanted to call you. We were talking about back to school and all the preparation that needs to be done to go back to school, all the preparation that needs to be done and study that needs to be done to help protect your hard-earned money and property as a senior. And I just thought that the two really paralleled and went together. I appreciate you talking with me this morning. I appreciate you being in the office this morning.
Thank you.
Well, listen, I'll
My
see you.
pleasure.
I'll see you when I get back, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. So, appreciate Stephanie taking our call this morning.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of what Stephanie said is very true. It takes a lot of preparation and planning to do anything right. And if not, you're really ambushed and you're in a crisis or emergency situation. And we deal with seniors and their families who are in those situations sometimes. If husband, wife, mom, or dad are in a nursing home, for instance, okay, or health is declining, or Alzheimer's or dementia has come upon them, and they haven't gotten in place simple things like general durable powers of attorney are so important to have in place before then, or else you're pursuing guardianships so that you can even handle personal business for the senior, or for your husband or your wife. So, it's important to plan ahead, to pre-plan, and to have that preparation in place. And what you're really doing is looking at, you spend all these years working hard and trying to save a little, and paying taxes and everything else. And, you just want to be aware of the challenges that you face, so that you can not have to worry and make things easy.
Isn't it less expensive to pre-plan than to go through a crisis planning?
I mean, the cost is much less, a fraction, to pre-plan as opposed to crisis planning, because it takes a lot more resources from you, the senior, from the family, and from an office like an elder law attorney's office to get you out of that jam, if you will.
Everything can
And
almost
it's
shut
got to happen
down.
in a hurry.
Everything can almost shut down when you have a crisis that everybody has to pitch in on and get everything ready.
That's right. That's exactly right. So avoid that situation. I would rather see people avoid that situation. So, and if anybody wants to call the office, it's McIntyre Elder Law at 123 West Marion Street, Uptown Shelby, right across from the new Farmers Market Complex. We're in the middle of the block. We're the blue window that has McIntyre Elder Law and our tree on the window. And you can call the office at 704-259-7040. Use the code word radio. I'd be glad to sit down with you free of charge. I'll waive the consultation fee if you use the code word radio. And we can talk about how to have proper preparation either while in your senior years or going into them. So we just get your ducks in a row.
Yeah, and you'll give them the free workbook to list all their assets and their property. and their
That's a great point. Before you can identify really your goals and what you want to do, you need to have a firm handle on all your assets and information. So our estate planning or long-term care planning workbook is a great place to consolidate all your information. We can take that information. It just speeds things along. It's a great place for you to keep. You can keep that workbook. Call our office if you want us to send you a workbook. We can mail that directly out to you, priority mail, or we can email it straight to you. And it's a great place to consolidate your information. Great way to come to me at a first appointment and have a sit down. If you need help filling out that book, whether you're a client or not, whether you've got an appointment with me or not, I bet you Kelsey, our client relations specialist at the office, would be glad to sit down with you and help you complete it. Schedule an appointment to do that. So if you'd like a free estate planning workbook to consolidate all your assets, just get a handle on them, list them, give us a call, 704-259-7040. And if you use the code word radio and want to sit down and schedule an appointment, be glad to do that as well.
Greg, just a thought I had here. Someone who tries to do the planning on their own without a professional's help, a lawyer's help,
Right.
what are the chances of doing everything? I mean,
I meet with people every day.
I saw I like to go to thrift stores
Sure.
to buy little whatnots and stuff. And this one particular store is in shelves just full of books and books and books. It's books that nobody wanted or weren't helpful or whatever. But guess what one of the books was? It was about preparing your own will.
Okay.
And I
sure.
thought, now, can you really do this? And can you do this properly is that a proper way to prepare for the future? Doing it a do-it-yourself will book.
I mean, you're really gambling,
Yeah.
and you're gambling with everything you've worked for your entire life.
Yeah.
So
So
you know, the question is, should you work an entire life, pay off a home and possibly other things, accumulate assets, and then try to write your own will or buy a piece of software or go online and get something like that? That just doesn't make sense. And gamble it all on that, on something that's $29.95 or something, and you're going to get what you pay for, in my opinion.
Probably why that book was on the
On the
bookshelf
thrift store
in the
shelf?
thrift
And it's
store.
probably
You know.
outdated by now
Yes,
anyway.
yes, yes.
I mean, I think you need to make sure that you've got proper witnesses and a notary there to view it, and the right number, and they have to see line of sight, and then you've got to have an affidavit, self-proving affidavit on the will, or else the clerks or the judge are going to want to call in those witnesses, or could call in those witnesses to verify that they actually saw the will signing. So it needs to be self-proving.
And just
there's other elements too that need to be there.
Yeah, and just the things you've mentioned, that's just tip of the iceberg, I suppose. That's enough to confuse and overwhelm the average person, I would imagine. So coming to a lawyer such as yourself, I mean, you guys deal with this every day.
But one of the things I've learned that I'm going to ask you to do for me is to do a plan for me where my things pass outside of the will. I don't want my children to have to wait 90 days.
You do wills.
Yeah, you do.
That's
yeah,
what I call
Larry
the Cable Guy. That's right.
I know,
You
that's
do
one of your
wills.
favorite things.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, of course
yeah.
we do wills, but if you sit down with me and we're passing everything by your will, I haven't done you a good service because passing everything through a minefield that's laced with liens, possibly, that's where Medicaid liens attach and other liens to make your property be sold to satisfy those liens. It's probably not the best idea when there's other easy ways to pass that property directly to descendants, just like as easy as making them a beneficiary on a life insurance policy, for instance. Okay, you don't want would you? And that's the question I ask that really shows people why they want to pass things outside of a will. Do you have a life insurance policy?
Mm-hmm.
You've got a beneficiary on that life insurance policy?
I do.
Is it your estate?
No?
Good. It's directly going to somebody you love, a loved one, right?
My children.
Your children. Okay. Do you want to change that and make it go through the estate so it goes through probate and is subjected to liens? Why not? Why don't you want to make the beneficiary of your life insurance policy the estate?
Well, if I leave it to them, they own it.
They mail
It's
them a
theirs.
check.
Yes. If it goes into my estate, then it's subject to any money
you got to file the
owed.
estate.
Yeah.
You got to pay the attorney
And
to help,
wait.
maybe. Yeah. So
And
there's a
wait.
payment. So it could be more costly. You got to wait all the prescribed waiting periods. You know, it's not unusual for an estate to drag out for a year. So they wait to get that money. That's why you don't want, and they're subjected to liens, right?
Right.
If there are any. So that's why would you want to pass your property that way? Why would you want to pass your house that way? It doesn't make sense. So that's why I wrote an article called "Our Will's Obsolete." Okay, and really in my article, I think I put forth the idea that maybe they're getting there. Certainly, we need a better system and way, in my opinion, to pass and protect money for seniors
Is that going to be in your book?
and houses, property. Yes, Saving the Farm coming out soon. Hopefully I'll be finished with the writing and editing within the next 30 days, and that's a book for the layman, for the consumer, so that if they have a loved one or they have a question, about any issue having to do with protecting money and property of seniors or healthcare situations, they can grab that book and it'll be a good resource for them. So,
Greg, we're just about out of time. About 2 minutes to go here.
Sure.
Anything you want to cover in the last couple minutes?
man, we had a busy week this week. We gave a seminar to the Cleveland County Chamber of Commerce, or at the Cleveland County Chamber of Commerce, on Wednesday, and Hayden, you did a great job helping me with that.
Thank you.
On Wednesday morning.
Thank you.
And then we talked to a group of social workers, Western North Carolina social workers, yesterday
That was up in Columbus,
at
North
Columbus,
Carolina. Beautiful.
at
Laurelhurst.
Laurelhurst. Was it Laurelhurst or Laurel Woods? They
I
have
think
two
it's
there.
Laurelhurst.
Laurelhurst. Okay. I love
It's
that.
different levels of care.
I love that area.
It's very
It's a really nice area, isn't it? But so I was honored to be there. I had a couple of other elder law attorneys in attendance there.
Yeah. That
from
was nice
Asheville.
talking with them.
It was. Good to meet with some colleagues because they're not everywhere. But anyway, that was the week. We got anything coming up this week?
No seminars. Just
No?
busy at work.
Busy at work.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was our week. I'm just blessed to be doing what I'm doing. And Milton, thank you for
Yes, sir.
allowing us the platform to talk about what we do and to talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you guys a week from today then, I guess.
Absolutely.
School will be back. Hope the kids do their homework. Hope the folks out there listening do their homework.
So next week the show is going to be on why my kids hate school or something, or why I hate school because I got to do homework with all these kids. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, folks. We thank you for listening in. And again, if you have any questions, and remember, you can call the office, use the code word radio for your consultation with McIntyre Elder Law, 704-259-7040. All right, we'll see you next time, next Friday, after the 10 o'clock news and weather.